To start off, this is just a discussion piece. I've always wanted to know more about the Star Fox universe, but for some reason it seems Nintendo is just interested in rehashing the same tired formula and story. I want to know more about other planets, other universes. That's why I really like the Star Fox Adventures and Assault. So again, this is just me talking about what I want from a new Star Fox game. Get it?
Got it. Good. I don't get it.
The thing all games but Adventure and Assault lack: story. I guess lack is too strong of a word. They have some cutscenes and narrations, but I would like more of that. So what I would do, the game is called Star Fox Origins, so pretty much it's just the origin of the original Star Fox team. James McCloud, Peppy Hare, and Pigma Dengar. I would set the game right before Star Fox was actually his team, have James be a part of the Cornerian army, and maybe even introduce some new characters we've never seen, like Fox's mom or something. And maybe even have Fox as a kid already. We would obviously see some old faces like General Pepper, Andross, but this would be before he was banished, and Pigma before he was a traitor. Oh, and Wolf. Wolf's trophy description in Super Smash Bros. Brawl mentions that he met or at least knows about James, so why not expand on that? Have them be friends and something happened that made them enemies. Maybe once Andross's true intentions were revealed, have Wolf agree with him and start a fight between them, and that's how Wolf lost his eye. Gameplay for a Star Fox game is pretty arcadey. I would keep the on-rail shooter aspect obviously, but make it so it controls good, unlike Zero, but also have something more modern. And you'll probably hate me, but I want more ground combat. I like that. The way I want it, it can be two ways. A classic Star Fox game with some tweaks, or a more modern take at Star Fox. I'll go over both. First, with a more modern Star Fox game. So let's say we mix Starlink, kinda like this game, just like the space hub world where stuff can happen. I'll describe it, here we go. So let's say you get a distress signal from Zonus. You can head over there and fight some bogeys on the way in all range mode like Starlink already is. Once you get to the planet, you'll be stuck doing that mission that has multiple phases throughout that. A cutscene happens or something plays out and the arcade style gameplay commences. Once you beat it, it says that some baddies have landed and are trying to take over the Cornerian base set up there. So you would need to get off the ship and do some ground combat to help out in this phase. I would make it a third-person shooter like Assault, just cause I like that style better than a first-person shooter. And once you free the base from its intruders, you can come back freely and even purchase upgrades for your ship there. Yeah, I know I'm adding way too much and it doesn't seem like a Star Fox game anymore. This is just what I want in a new installment to the series. I want to see this series evolve, but not completely change from what it was. And for a more classic take, I'll try to visualize it for you guys. It would be like before, you have a map and you can pick your paths, but we can have more routes in this. So, say we're on the water planet like Aquas. We would have a choice to either fight on an R-Wing or in the Blue Marine, and each would have their own bosses and outcomes. Plus you can choose who can aid you in each routes. Another example, let's go to Macbeth. This planet would have 2 or 3 routes. You can use the Landmaster to attack the enemy base head on, or you can choose to use the R-Wing to chase down the train guy. Once you catch up, you can jump on the train, and it goes into the ground combat style. Imagine the Uncharted 2 train sequence. Or if you want, you can just fight the kite boss thing that's on the train on your R-Wing. Not done yet. Depending on what route you take, it changes the routes, or even planets that you can go to next, instead of blowing it all up. So if you catch up to the train and take it down from the inside, the train guy tells you that there's a fleet of ships in Area 6, and that leads to other things, and yeah. But there are planets that you don't have other paths, like Solar. Is it called just Solar? I think? Yeah. That's literally just the sun. And I guess space areas like Area 6 and Sector X, Y, and Z, you can only go on your R-Wing on those routes. Returning planets. My favorite planet in the whole series is Zonus. I love the aquatic planets, and the music is probably my favorite. It's my favorite in anything, pretty much. The song from Zonus in Star Fox 64 has a sadness to it, which fits. You see, Zonus used to be a vacation planet, second most popular next to Corneria, and it's only because of Andross does it have that toxic look. So since this would take place before it goes toxic, we would get to see it in all its natural beauty, I guess. I would imagine it's kind of like Manon if you've played Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, but with dragons and sea monsters and stuff. And this could even have a gameplay aspect. You could be able to dive into the sea for a bit. I've always wanted to do that in Star Fox 64, but in that game I would have to destroy my R-Wing to do so. Sauria, aka Dinosaur Planet. I know it sounds like fan fiction now, but I like Dinosaur Planet. It has all these different biomes and environments, and you should be able to fight like huge T-Rexes and stuff. I want to see more of the Warp Stone. I want to see it fight bad geezer or something. Have it like swatting them like flies or something like that. Maybe even see like a younger General Scales. Oh, and that brings me to Serena? I don't know how to say this thing. Serena. Yeah, Serena. Don't know what that is? I don't blame you. It's the home planet of Crystal, but literally nothing is known about this planet other than its name and that it might be destroyed. There are some speculations about it, but nothing confirmed. So this would be a good time to add some backstory. Maybe this could be during the final parts of the game where Andross is being investigated and you follow him to this planet, where shortly after arriving the planet begins to fall into chaos and is destroyed. Just something. I guess I should have put Serenia, I don't know how to say this, in this part, but whatever. These are just some random thoughts I put together to have like as a new planets in Star Fox. I don't have any names or anything, just something I threw out. So here I have a planet where the surface is highly toxic, so the residents had to build giant buildings that reach to the clouds to survive. Another one where a layer of water is like surrounding the whole planet. It's like, it's thought to be an ocean planet, but once you get down past the ocean part, it's actually all dry land at its core. A forest planet where the trees reach to the skies. The trees themselves are semi-sentient and they move and can feel pain to an extent, so you'd have to fly through without, trying to dodge them. Or a planet where its core died out and chunks of the planet are just floating around and you'd have to save people from that area. Again, these are just ideas I'm throwing out there. If you have any ideas, I'd like to hear them. Multiplayer. I love Star Fox multiplayer modes, especially in Assault. You get to pick characters with different attributes, and even play as Wolfen as Wolfen. For this, let's have all that, but also online, obviously. Let's have all the planets available, let's have every main character from the games available, Fox, Falco, Wolf, Cat, Bill, Panther, Crystal, even General Pepper and his flagship. Probably can't have all that, but I'd like that. I feel like they should have ship parts unlockable through playing the multiplayer. This way it'll feel like you're making progress through here too. The finale. Since this is a prequel, the ending of this has to be what happens to James. When James has to confront Andross and finally take him out. During the game, we formed Star Fox, pretty much, with Peppy and added Pigma to the team. So when we go to fight Andross on Venom, Pigma betrayed us, but not after dealing heavy damage to Andross's forces and saving Peppy. So the ending has to be sad. After getting to know James and his relationship with Fox and everyone, James is gone. Peppy has to go back to Corneria and tell Fox what happened. I guess a secret ending could be we can have Fox going back to Star Fox. There's some additional stuff I added last minute that I didn't want to put into this. No gyroing. Let's keep this game action-oriented and fun. We can have the walker, but let's not have it mandatory. Maybe have the walker mode be more of like a mech suit form for the R-Wing. I don't really like all range mode, only in some parts like the battle on Katina, mainly cause it feels slower paced than the on rails part. I might be in the minority, but I really like the design for the Arwings in Adventures. I don't know why, it just looks realistic, and that blue flame coming out the back looks so much better than the other designs. It also has that rustic feel, like it's been used a bunch. Another thing I thought would be kind of cool, when thinking of a name for James's new team, like he's just sitting around, what should he call this new team of mercenaries? And James is like, he names it after his son, Star Fox, you know, after Fox. And Peppy agrees. There's a part, I don't know if it'll fit right. When James goes to Dinosaur Planet, the Warp Stone thanks him for helping him fight off the baddies, and lets him see into the future with that cheat token well thing. And he chooses to see Fox as he's a grown man and tells him, you know, I'm so proud, and never give up, trust your instincts, like that. And that's pretty much it. I don't think we're gonna get a new Star Fox game for a while, so hopefully, maybe with the slightest of chances, Nintendo would see this and maybe change their minds and realize that there's so many ways they can bring back Star Fox better than ever. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.